What's up guys, JohnOrigins here. Today got a Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. And yes, I messed that up. But today we have a game here, my first ORAS Wi-Fi battle against the one and only Pheonixmaster1. Thank you to Zabuza for recording this for me. We're in the UU tier today, and looking at the teams, very interesting. Pietro has a pretty powerful looking rain offensive team. He has the Toxicroak, Mega Swampert, and the Kingdra to abuse the hell of it. I've got the balanced Volt Turn team that I did in my last live, starring Mega Beedrill. So it's going to be very interesting. Rotom Heat isn't going to have any use until I can get rid of his rain, which will probably be his Kingdra and Azelf, maybe Tornadus if it learns it, I'm not sure. But anyway, getting into this game, I'm going to lead off with my choice Scarfer because I'm expecting him to lead off with his Azelf. My Hydreigon can do, you know, a lot of damage to it, and because he's most likely got the down proc, my Dark Pulse will be just OHKOing it, and there goes the rain. So I know he's going to switch out, so I'm going to go for the U-turn as he brings in the Toxicroak, obviously to take the Dark Pulse and then, you know, do some powerful stuff to me, because I don't have much for Toxicroak outside of my Zygarde, because my team's pretty weak to it. Blastoise can't do anything. Blastoise is pure setup fodder for Toxicroak, which I'm not a fan of. So early in the game, I'm going to play it safe. I honestly didn't think he'd go out into Azelf on this Earthquake. I thought he'd play a bit safer, not wanted to take an Outrage or something, but he goes out into his Azelf. He makes the good play as I go for the Earthquake with this monster known as Zygarde, the best legendary ever, JK. Now, as he sets up the rain, I'm going to predict that I'm going to go for my Dragon Dance, which I kind of need to do because with rain, most of his Pokemon, my Kingdra and his Mega Swampert, they get Swift Swim, meaning they get +2 speed in the rain. So what I'm going to do is set up a second Dragon Dance, meaning that my Zygarde should be able to outspeed his entire team, even in the rain. And this is going to be really good for me early game, because I can get some good old-fashioned damage on his team, which, you know, is going to be very crucial going into the end of the match. He goes for the Explosion with his Azelf. That does a lot to me, but whatever. Zygarde is about to go in. Now, Pietro brings in his Swampert here to try and take the hit. He figured he could live one. He did do a calc, but I don't think he expected me to be a Life Orb Zygarde. Life Orb, Adamant Nature, Max Attack, Earthquake, going into this Mega Swampert, and it just dies. I am at +2 attack, ladies and gentlemen. If I wasn't Life Orb, he had a pretty good chance to live based on his bulk, but unfortunately for him, I am the Life Orb variant. I am able to knock him out. To be honest, I was supposed to be Lumberry, but I didn't have any Lumberries in stock, so I had to run with Life Orb. And then here he brings in his Tornadus. I go for the Extreme Speed, not wanting to lock myself in Outrage, so his Toxicroak can come in and revenge kill me with the Sucker Punch. And Extreme Speed was a roll. It does between 90 and 110%, I think, around that margin. So I was really unfortunate there to get a mid-roll, which, you know, it's to be expected, but I still have one hit of Life Orb in me, and because he went for the Tailwind after living, I am forced to go for the Extreme Speed, meaning that I'm unable to knock out this Kingdra, but he does just go for the Dragon Pulse, so I figure might as well try and get a switch into Jirachi. Even if he's not Specs and like his Expert Battle Life Orb, I should be able to deliver Rain Boosted Water type attack because I'm specially defensive. And here I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave with my Jirachi, not to be a dick or anything, but because I need to stall out the rain turns, and the best way to do that is T-Wave him and then try and knock him out of the Iron Head. It'll waste 2 or 3 turns depending on how much Iron Head does. I didn't think it was going to kill because it's resisted, I'm not invested, and it turns out I was right, it doesn't kill. The Tailwind petered out that previous turn, and now I believe after this turn or the turn after that, the rain's going to end, meaning that my Jirachi successfully wasted 3 turns of rain. Yeah, there we go. So the rain's gone now, and it's most likely not going to come back, meaning the one Pokemon he has left to abuse it, being Toxicroak with its Dry Skin, isn't going to be able to get that residual recovery every turn in the rain. So that's really good for me. I'm able to knock out that Kingdra, so the combination of Zygarde, early game setting up, and just a bit of bulk going in my team is really helping me out early game. And now I'm just going to finish off the Kingdra with the U-turn, go out into my Choice Scar Pokemon, knowing that I can outspeed everything. And now I just want to get some damage off. I want to just drop a Draco on this man and just destroy this Raikou. Obviously, Raikou has a decent special defense stat, so it isn't going to kill it. I am only a choice Scarf type Dragon, but it does a solid 80%, meaning I can revenge kill at any point, and Raikou is kind of not a threat anymore. As he ends up getting a crit with the Volt Switch, which could have mattered, Pietro told me after the game was over, so I might go into that. But he gets a free switch into his Toxicroak to begin setting up. I really don't want to stay in, so I'm going to switch directly out into my Blastoise. I know that Blastoise isn't really the best Pokemon to deal with Toxicroak. Like I said, Toxicroak walls me. I'm Skull, Toxic, Raw, and Rapid Spin. And the only reason I brought this in was because I had the Raw. Blastoise can't touch Toxicroak the Skull because of the dry skin ability, and obviously Toxicroak is a poison type Pokemon, meaning that my Toxic won't hit it, so I can't wear it down with that. So I'm forced to Raw hit, and here is a portion of the game of me purely just going for Raw, and I have my reasons. I have my reasons why, because I'm sacrificing this Blastoise for the cause. Blastoise is the one thing that Toxicroak can set up on if Toxicroak is the last Pokemon alive. So I'm thinking that Pietro kind of wants his Raikou to die, so that Toxicroak can get a free Sword Stance and go on to, do a lot of damage to my team. But I'm not going to allow that. I'm just going to continually click Raw until my Blastoise dies. And because I don't have Stealth Rocks up, the Raikou can just switch him for free every single time, and it just can't kill me, because otherwise Pietro loses that setup Pokemon, and the only thing he could then set up on is maybe my Hydreigon if it's locked in the Dark Pulse or after a Draco Meteor. So I was planning not to go into my Hydreigon here as the Volt Switch happens, and he ends up bringing in obviously his Toxicroak, and I'm going to bring in my Jirachi because I figured that his Toxicroak isn't substitute, otherwise he would have gone for it early on when he set up to +4. So, I bring in Rotom. Wow. Okay, I bring in my Rotom, go for the Volt Switch, and then go into my Jirachi. Yeah, that makes more sense. I bring in my Rotom because I know I can't die, and then it forces out his Raikou to sack it, because my Jirachi probably wouldn't be able to kill the Raikou even with the U-turn, so there's no point for that, and obviously the Toxicroak could set up on it, maybe. But I bring in my Jirachi now, and what the Jirachi can do is just go for the Thunder Wave on this Toxicroak, meaning that it's kind of forced to Sucker Punch. And there's also the risk that it will get fully paralyzed, meaning that I get a free hit off it, which was purely my plan, because I don't want to face a Toxicroak. Late game, very scary, and I don't have anything that can take a hit. My Hydreigon, after the critical hit from that Raikou's Volt Switch, was in range of a +2 Sucker Punch coming from Life Orb Toxicroak, so that was pretty scary. Hydreigon was my fallback if either Rotom Heat or Jirachi failed me. Jirachi is going to fail me here because I'm going to go for the Iron Head. Pietro is going to go for the safe Sucker Punch. He's able to knock me out. And my next switch in is Rotom Heat. I should be able to live a Sucker Punch coming from Toxicroak. And I can also go for the Trick if I wanted to. Now, obviously, I forgot about Trick during the battle. I just went straight for the Overheat. It worked out in my favor because Pietro knew that Sucker Punch wouldn't kill, so he had to rely on the miss of Overheat, which I luckily hit. I'm able to win the game. I believe it was a 2-0. No, it was a 3-0. I had my Hydreigon, my Rotom, and my Beedrill, but it was a very close game. It was basically a situation of Zygarde early game sweeping, and then the threat of Toxicroak coming in the end. When I lost my only answer to it, Zygarde was pretty much my only check to it. And when I lost that, it just opened up a massive hole in my team, which was unfortunate. Beedrill probably would have been able to do a good amount of damage, but when it's at +2, Beedrill doesn't have the best physical defense, so Sucker Punch would have killed it. But anyway, that was a good game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe. Check out Pietro. His link will be in the description. I've been JohnOrigins, and I'm out. Peace.